Hello there. What's going on, everybody? We have ourselves a Legion rules reference update. New rules reference guide and a lot of changes. Lots and lots of changes to Legion. I'm not going to even be able to go into everything, but I wanted to do a live stream today and like talk about some of the major stuff. We're going to go over the article that FFG posted, which you'll see up behind me. And we're going to go over the rules reference guide and look at some of the points adjustments. There's been quite a bit, hasn't there? So yeah, this is a big deal. Like a lot of stuff. I did put a link in the video description if you want to go check out the article itself. Whoa! Please don't knock over my green screen. Like, this is an emergency stream. You just fell down. Come here. Why are you walking on my green screen while I'm doing a live stream? Look at this little guy. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Look, hair is licking your leg. So yeah, this is what happens when you just have to emergency go live, right? In the middle of stuff. Yeah, open transport from Bleed Green. Yeah, that's one of the changes. That's pretty significant. Hey, you want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? Look, there you are. You're on screen. Say hi, everybody. You want to help me do the live stream? Yeah. Okay. All right. Just this one time, okay? Okay. So. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So basically, I'm just gonna kind of like walk down this. Yeah, but the open transport's a big one. So hello, Legion player. Isn't it? By the way, isn't it kind of like a bummer to get like a big Legion news like right after Alex Davey posted his thing? Like that's all unfortunate. And you know, it's just such an uneasy time right now, and I'm continually reaching out to Atomic Mass, and we got to probably give them some time, but I'm sure they're gonna hopefully get back and we'll do some hopefully some interviews with them and see because this is the last update from Fantasy Flight Games for Legion. All right, I mean, we got 2 more expansions coming out in January, part of this whole wave, but this is it. Yeah, well, he just fell. I mean, this little guy just fell on my green screen, and rather than let him run around and knock it over again, I have to keep him on my lap, right? Or you want to go play on the iPad a little bit more? Okay, all right. You okay? You want to take Baby Yoda with you? Yeah. Okay, he'll keep you safe. All right. All right, buddy. All right, let's get down to business. All right, so yes, it's a pleasure to announce our Rules Reference Guide 2.0, which they have linked right there in the article. And eWeb on a tank. See, now look, I've been at work all day. I just got home. I browsed this briefly. Can you even put an eWeb on a tank right now? I don't even know yet. We're gonna kind of go through it. So like, some of you maybe you've looked through it. Some of you maybe you haven't. We're gonna be kind of looking through this together. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty wild. So let's see. Following our philosophy of trying to lift up units rather than lop off the tall poppies, we're happy to report that majority of changes involve points reduction to lesser used units. And that does seem to be true from what I've seen. In particular, we've applied a host of point reductions aimed at bringing all the vehicles of the game up to the level of the TX-130 Sabre class fighter tank and the AAT. Okay, I mean that's cool. I still look. I'm fine with it because I love the ATST personally. Like I love the I love the ATST, and because it's so cool, I don't mind if it's like overcosted or underperforming or whatever. So by giving out a points reduction, it just makes me happier because I just get to continue to use it. So that much is cool. All right, so let's see here. Furthermore, we've to help trooper units combat this new menace, we've applied a steep discount to numerous anti-armor heavy weapons across all factions. Additionally, we've made an effort to increase the viability of Rebel and Imperial core units with targeted reductions to certain units alongside these heavy weapon discounts. And of course, we've got our tank there. Look at the Wookiees. Like, look, dude, you guys know I love Wookiees, right? Like, I love triple Wookiee, and that's maybe going to be more of a thing now. I just hope it doesn't become like overpowered because I liked doing it when it wasn't cool. In addition to points changes, we've also applied a small number of impactful errata to units and cards that we felt needed more attention than just a points reduction. Notably, the T-47 air speeder gains attack surge to critical. I missed that my first time through. That's so good. Oh man, T-47's amazing. That was the biggest problem, is they didn't even have surge. I mean, like, oh my goodness, surge to critical on its. They didn't have surge to hit before. They just had a blank surge, didn't they? I'm almost certain they did. Oh wow. So that's insanely good. That's insanely good. That's well, maybe, I mean, insanely good is it maybe a bit of an exaggeration. I view that as just a really good thing. Oh, I'm loving the way the T-47 looks right now. Oh man. On its chart, and both Wookiee warriors and Chewbacca gain increased mobility with the scale keyword. Scale is a great keyword. Love scale. Love scale. And extra lethality with the duelist and lethal 1 keywords respectively. Whoa, careful. All right. All right, so yeah, so it looks like Wookiee warriors get duelist and Chewbacca gets lethal 1. So so now duelist is really, really nice. I'm liking that, and because I plan on running Wookiee warriors a lot, and Chewbacca maybe not so much. But I mean, I might explore it. I like the Wookiees better. So this is great. Duelist and lethal 1 keywords respectively. We try to read. We try to tread very carefully when it comes to changing what actually appears on cards, but from time to time we feel an errata is necessary to address fundamental deficiencies, so I need to get some of these printed out. Them Wookiee warriors with duelist, scale, oh man, they're already so good, but now they really need the aims, right? So I already like running Wookiees. Here's the thing that makes it so interesting. I'm going to talk about Wookiees for a minute. So all you guys, like, how many of you guys in chat like to run Wookiees is what I'm really wondering about, because I always thought it was ironic that the Wookiees, which you think of as a melee unit, they're actually better at range because their bowcaster has Pierce. And so now all of a sudden, if they're in melee, like I thought, I was like, well, they don't get Pierce in melee, so they're actually better for a ranged attack. And now they can get Pierce either ranged or melee. You know, you have to spend the aim to gain the Pierce in melee, which is, you know, that's fine. You know, you don't have the white dice in the melee anyway, so you're probably more likely to not need the aim for that. No, they just look great. So I'm really looking forward to that. And hi to everybody that's joining us. Outrider Dan, what's going on? How you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Thank you guys for chatting with us. This is, normally I prepare videos a little more, but I wanted to do a live stream because I have a video set to go live tomorrow. I already recorded my what to buy first for Star Wars Legion for the Separatists and for the Republic. I did this already. They're already done. They're ready to go. And then they change everything, which is really interesting. Because now the clones are fundamentally different. Now, we did know that there was something coming, but I'm not I'm not a playtester or anything like that anymore, so I had no idea what was coming. So this was just me kind of getting walloped. I didn't think they were going to take away the standby sharing for clones, but we'll get to that. I just think the Wookiees are really, really nice now. T-47. All right, in chat, and I'm going to see, and let me check in chat right quick. Did the T-47s even have surge to hit before? I thought they had no offensive surge. I thought they only had defensive surge. So with, let's see, our area weapons on mines and such attack everything in a radius. That's nice, yeah. All right, let's see. But I'm trying to see if anybody said anything about the T-47. And an E-web on a tank would be interesting. Yeah, they had no surge to hit, but thank you, yeah. So this is a huge change for them, because this is, honestly, with the initial wave of vehicles, I played airspeeders and ATSTs a lot when the game was young, and this was the #1 problem with these things, because you didn't have the critical X keyword yet. So it was easier to do it with the T-47, I thought, to be able to aim and shoot, because you had that compulsory move. So that, and by the way, Speeder 2 has changed now. It's either at the start or end of your activation. So you can do your compulsory whenever you want, which is super cool. really, that flexibility. I still usually prefer to do it at the start, but having the option is incredible. And this makes up for them having like the lousier rear cannon. Maybe now you don't even need to take a rear cannon, but yeah. So I like this. Do you think they will do a reprint of cards with updated points? I hope so at some point. Oh yes, help on a Gav tank. Wow, I dubbed the Tesla tank. Wow, that really makes me think of that old Command and Conquer expansion, Red Alert Retaliation or whatever it was. The Tesla tanks were awesome. Okay. So the rules reference also contains several important changes to some of the foundational keywords in an attempt to make the units that possess those keywords more effective and more fun. The most significant of the changes are units embarked. I love this one. This is so cool. Units embarked on a vehicle with open transport are now able to perform attacks and to be attacked. So does that mean if your open transport runs into like into base-to-base contact, if now you can like have Luke or Vader on there and they can swing their lightsaber at him? I mean, can you do a melee attack? You know, that's what I'm. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess technically you're not in a melee, you're not in base-to-base contact, so I'll have to look that up in the RRG. But yeah, and benefit from heavy cover while embarked. This is nice. This should lead to, but they can be attacked also, which is interesting. Lightsaber clotheslines, yeah, yeah, you can melee. That's so cool. I love it. This should lead to some interesting new strategies involving the X-34 Land Speeder and the TX-225 Gav Occupier Combat Assault Tank. Agreed. That's gonna be really fun. I love that. Units embarked, but now somebody said E-Web on a open-end transport. Originally, I think you couldn't put E-Webs or those type of vehicles or emplacements couldn't go on it. So I don't think you can put an E-Web on there, unless of course they changed that also. So that's all right. Units that are obligated to perform a compulsory move during their activation can now perform that move at the start or the end of their activation. Yes. I expect to see units with the speeder keyword become more popular than ever. That's good because I haven't used my my little STAP bikes just yet. Again, so if you guys see any of my what to buy first videos, they are not taking any of this into consideration. And now I've only done updated ones for the Galactic Republic and the Separatists for Legion because I haven't updated Rebels or Empire yet. I'll probably do those, you know, maybe after we get Lando and stuff like that. Who knows? But yeah, your transport has to have a melee attack to get into base contact now, says the says Tor. Yeah, so I mean that sounds reasonable, and you know I could see Vader like leaning off and just being like he's swinging for mailboxes. Like what's those old movies where like some dude would be in a truck and like somebody would be driving and the guy would be in the passenger seat swinging his baseball bat, hitting, you know, updated cards for printing are in a PDF under support rules called Errata reference, but it has not been updated for this RRG. So they're gonna give you updated rules that you can print or updated cards that you can print out yourself, which will be nice and helpful. All right. Finally, we come to the and the Agile X and Tactical X keyword now require a standard move in order to generate tokens. Unit with the Scout X keyword and either Agile or Tactical X can no longer produce tokens. So this was a big deal for like Rex and ARC Troopers and like Tauntauns and things like that. They would get Scout. They get those free tokens at the beginning of the game. It was a big deal for Rex clone attacks when they would want to try and do like major alpha strikes. I have done this before with Rex as well, and getting extra aims. Granted, I don't think I've done it with ARC Troopers yet, but I've had it used against me with ARC Troopers. So this is, I think, a common sense change because it allows Scout to be more like for getting into position rather than just getting free tokens. So, yeah, finally we come to the most decisive change, eliminating the ability of clone troopers to use the standby token of other friendly clone units at range 1. They're restricted to sharing aim, dodge, and surge tokens. So it does look like Exemplar is still going to be viable, and I'm okay with this. I think a lot of people saw the writing on the wall, saw this coming. I didn't know if they were going to do it this way, or if they were just going to allow your... you know, the Sentinel or the Overwatch upgrade to be an exhaust, because I thought that might have done it too, but that would still have allowed you one instance of doing it. But but then there could have still been builds that take advantage of it, like maybe 3 phase 2s all with it. Then you're still going to get a whole lot of standbying and stuff like that. So you can still do it now. You'd have to have Padme give it to them, or potentially Anakin if he plays the command card and gets the exemplar and all that stuff. So you still can be done, but it's got to be more deliberate, and I'm okay with that. I also like that this is a cleaner use of Clone Trooper, because this doesn't say it specifically on the card. This just updates the rules reference, because it just says Clone Trooper. They're just changing what Clone Trooper means, and that's fine. So that's a big change. Now this is a change we thought long and hard about, because it will have serious ramifications for the Grand Republic faction. I think it's fine. I almost never did the whole standby shenanigans stuff anyway. And you still can with Padme. You just won't be able to do it as much. I can still do my favorite thing to do with clones, and that's have a bunch of people get some free aim tokens via the Phase 1 specialist, getting a free aim and play and take that Clankers turn 1 with Rex. I can still do that and get lots of super long Alpha Strike stuff. That's my favorite thing to do with clones. So like I still get to do that. That's cool for me. But I wasn't a big fan of. I'll be honest with you guys. I was not a big fan of the whole play style. That's a mindset of like stay in place, huddle up, hide, hoard standbys, and wait for the opponent to come to you. I'm like, because I'm like, this game was like, clones wouldn't do that, right? Like, I don't think they would want to do that. Like, you got to get out there and fight. You got to play the game. It's not a game of hide and seek. It's a game of let's go shoot. So yeah, the clone ball. I mean, and you can still do the clone ball. You can have units. You can have 1 or 2 clones take a genuine standby. All right, you can have them absolutely take, like, your clones can still stand by on their own. And you have the support clones that provide the aim and dodge tokens. Like, you can absolutely still do that. There's no, you just, and you can still get extra standbys with Padme and Anakin potentially. And maybe we'll see more exemplar units in the future. It actually opens up a really cool option for support clones. You can have a support clone that's exemplar. Maybe is a unique. That gives you, like, you've got how many more names? Maybe you got Wolf or something like that, and or Cody will come in as a like an Echo or 5s, and he'll have exemplar or something like that. You can potentially still do those things. There's just a cost to doing them, and I'm okay with that. So let's see. Republic units with exemplar are still able to do that. Utilize this powerful ability. But by limiting it to key characters is now more targeted in scope. This also means that you can open up exemplar to other factions, and this can be other factions can do it. I don't know if we'll see a whole lot of that, but that does. I mean, it's a possibility. Like, couldn't like maybe old Ben Kenobi be like exemplar for the Rebels or something like that? Like, he's kind of. I see Yoda. If Yoda shows up on the battlefield, I could see Yoda having that as well. I could see a lot of things like that. Like, those things kind of make sense to me, right? We also have a rules reference, and let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Boop, boop. All right, is that gonna work? That's pretty close. Okay, so we can go through our rules reference guide. Let's see, and so the big things that are in here are there's a new rule entry for Wookiee Trooper. Oh man, I gotta look that up. New additions to existing characters. I wonder if some of this is for future stuff. I want to look up the observe. Timing tempted, restore. I don't know about restore and direct, and contingencies X and bolster X. All right, so let's look those up. Let's look up those. So let's find bolster first. I want to look up the new stuff. Bolster X unit keyword. A card action. Bolster X can choose up to X friendly units at range 1. Each unit gains a surge token. All right, so. This isn't on Anakin or Maul, so I'm guessing this is on the Lando or Callus. Oh wait, no. We also have the. It might not even be a Lando Callus thing. This could be on the dudes that are coming out. The Separatists and Republic. Those generic commanders, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The generic commanders are the only ones they haven't really talked about as much in particular. So yeah, bolster giving out surge tokens. That makes sense for a generic commander, because look at Leia kind of inspired the Rebellion's generic commander in that they could give out a dodge, and then of course Veers inspired the Imperial one, so he could give out a name. So this guy should give out Surge. That makes very good sense. Okay, so that's Bolster. Let's see what else we got. We got Contingencies X. So let's look for that one. Contingencies X. Some characters, both heroes and villains, think a couple steps ahead and have more than one plan to fall back on. When building a command hand, for each unit with the Contingencies X keyword in a player's army, this sounds like Lando, because it's command hand, a player sets aside up to X additional command cards as contingency cards, where X is equal to the combined Contingencies X value on their units. These set-aside cards can have any number of pips, but must follow all other command hand rules as if they were chosen for that player's command hand. Oh boy. After a player reveals a command card before any other effects are resolved, the player may discard it to reveal one of their set-aside contingency cards instead. The revealed contingency card is then treated and selected as the revealed command card. The number. This has got to be Lando. This has to be Lando. Yeah. This has got to be. They call it contingency to make it sound like a callus, like a tactical thing, but it's a card thing. It's cheating. It's called Ace Up Your Sleeve for Lando, right? It's definitely a Lando card. Definitely a Lando card. All right, only command cards can be set aside as contingency cards. Okay, like, all right, that's a weird one. Contingency cards are chosen while building in the army, are set aside while list building. They're not in a player's hand. When choosing cards, they cannot choose a card with the same name as another of their contingency cards. Okay, you can't duplicate. That makes sense. When choosing contingency cards, a player cannot choose a card with a unit name in the upper right hand that does not match a name of the unit in their army. So yeah, you couldn't pick Han Solo's card if you're only running Lando. Yeah, contingency flaws. Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. Contingency cards are set aside face down like a player's command hand, and they're considered to be hidden information, but you can look at your own. They only can be revealed if it could legally be played as a command card. Okay, all right. If both players have set aside contingency card, the blue player must decide whether or not to reveal a contingency card before the red player decides whether or not to reveal a contingency card. See, there's so many things like that give advantages to the red player. All friendly units with contingency X are defeated. If all friendly units with contingency X are defeated, a player cannot reveal or use contingency cards. Okay, that makes sense. So, both heroes and villains. Okay. All right, I got to read this again because what I'm trying to gather right now is, can you take just a 1, a 2, and a 3 pip, or can I just take all the rest of the cards? Like, you know, or well, it's limited by the number X. So, but if let's say I had contingency 10. Or whatever. I'm assuming contingency is probably going to be like 1 or 2. Something like that. Maybe 1 for Callus, 2 for Lando, or 2 for Callus, 3 for Lando. Lando should be a better gambler than Callus, right? The set-aside cards can have any number of pips, but must follow all other command hand rules as if they were chosen for that player's command hand. I guess that's the part that is confusing me. Because are you going to look at the change to field commander? I've heard about the change to field commander. We're going to look at the change to field commander because that is one of the more interesting changes here. Yeah, we'll definitely look at the field commander change because, you know, no duplicates. Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, so it doesn't matter about the pips then, right? So I can already have 1s, 2s, and 3s pips. If I have contingency 2, maybe I take 2 more 1 pips. Right, so like Lando, if Lando has contingency 5 in theory, and I had enough operatives and commanders and stuff like that, like if I had Luke in there as an operative, and so I could take both Luke's 1 pips, like I could in theory play a 1 pip every single turn. Like that's what I'm gathering. And I don't think we're gonna see contingency 5, you know. But I want to be able to take the rule all the way, like future-proof the rule. That's what it sounds like to me. So it sounds like you're probably going to see contingency values of between 1 and 2. I don't know if you'll, you know, because like going too much higher, that gives you the ability to really take a lot of 1 pips. And that's a cool thing. Because I've run into some lists where all right, I want to run all these heroes, but then you have a really tough time trying to figure out which cards to play, which cards to put in your command hand when you start running multiple named characters. So, yeah. What's this about an RPG? What? I don't know. I mean, unless you're talking about some of the things that are I don't know. All right, I don't know what we're talking about an RPG. There's a Star Wars RPG. All right, we have got direct. Direct. Control C. All right. No, son of a gun. Direct. Let's find the entry for direct. A unit with the direct keyword often works alongside other subordinate units of a specific type. The direct keyword itself always specifically states the unit name, rank, or type of other unit. Each command phase, during issue order step, a unit with direct keyword may issue an order to a friendly unit range 1 to 2 that meets the unit specifications. Okay, so this sounds like Entourage minus the you get to add an extra one. That's what it basically sounds like, right? That seems so. Like Lando might say direct Lobot. He gets to issue Lobot a free order or something like that. Yeah, a lesser entourage. You don't get to add an extra one to your army. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm kind of meh on that. That doesn't sound great. Oh, you know what? I think that's going to be on the droid keyword. I think that's going to be on the droid commander. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The droid commander probably has direct B1 battle droid or something like that, or direct droid trooper or something like that. That's my guess. My guess is that the direct. Oh, you thought the Legion RRG update. You were talking about the title of this video with the RPG. No, it's not Legion RPG update. It's Legion RR. RRG stands for Rules Reference Guide. That's the guide that we're looking at that I did spice. Yeah, so my guess is that your droid commander, generic commander that will be coming in January, is going to have some kind of direct droid trooper. So he can start your chain for free. That's my guess. That was going to be kind of maybe one of the benefits of taking him, because they said he was going to be really weak, and he probably has the direct thing. Whoa, careful, dude. You okay? He probably has direct, and he also has the thing to give out surge tokens. That's my guess. He starts your train for free and gives out a couple of surges. That's my prediction based on what we're seeing here. All right. Well, let's see what else do we have. Gemso, I don't think we need that. Flawed and Juyo, those are new. Observation tokens, that is what I want to get into, because I want to see the wording. We know a little bit about how they work, but like, what if your observer goes away? Can you still spend the observation tokens? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Observation tokens. Yes, there they are. When an observation token is assigned to a unit, it means the enemy has gained an advantage. Yeah. Various effects can cause enemy units to gain observation tokens. During an attack, the attacking unit can spend any observation tokens that belong to the defending unit. The attacker rerolls 1 attack die for each observation token spent. They're removed at the end of each round. That's important, that they go away each round. Okay, that is a good thing. Observation tokens are spent by the attacker during the reroll dice sub-step. Observation tokens are spent 1 at a time, so you can spend multiples. Okay, that's good. Reroll 1 attack die each time an observation token is spent. The same die can be re-rolled multiple times by spending subsequent observation tokens. That makes them very good. I wasn't sure how that timing was going to work out. The attacker may spend aim tokens and observation tokens in any order. That's good to know. And observation tokens are placed on the battlefield near to the unit that gained them and remain with the unit as it moves around the battlefield. Any unit can spend, a unit cannot spend its own observation tokens. Okay, so if your observer dies, the tokens remain, but still only until the end of the round, and then they would go away anyway. So that seems like that's balanced. That seems fairly balanced. So that's pretty good. Is it a green token though? It looks kind of yellow and green, right? Like I don't think clones will be able to spend observation tokens off of their own guys, right? Yeah, so that's why it's important that they specified clones can only spend these 3 as opposed to any green token minus this one. So, yeah. Okay, all right. And so, of course, we've got Observe. Yeah, and that just puts the tokens on there. The observation token was the big upgrade. Let's see. Tempted, Restore. What is Restore? Oh, let's look up at Restore. Restore. Let's go up. Restore is on page 70. Let's jump to Restore. Some abilities, such as treat and repair, or certain effects now allow to restore minis to a friendly unit. Okay, to restore a mini to a unit, that unit must have had one or more minis defeated that round. Choose a mini that was defeated during the current round and place the mini on the battlefield in cohesion. Then give the mini a number of wound tokens equal to one less than the wound threshold on its indicated unit card. If all of a unit's minis have been defeated, if cards in a player's army have the ability to restore minis, it is recommended that the player track which of their minis has been defeated. Yeah, such as laying them down for whatever. Yeah. Okay. No, I think that's just clarification because we've got multi-health guys and that normally only have one. So yeah. Yeah, but you never could restore minis that were defeated on previous rounds anyway. This clarification, I think, is really there for like your echoes. Like if you put echo in a phase 1 clone unit or something like that, Hera, calm down, sweetie. Calm down. My dog's going crazy now. All right. All right, so that's restore. We're getting close to, I think, wrapping up. Because there's still one more big thing. Wookiee Trooper is a big one I want to see. Wookiee Trooper. Wookiee Trooper is a type of unit. Any game effect that targets or applies to troopers can target or apply to Wookiee Troopers. Wookiee Trooper follows the same rules as trooper units with no exceptions. It's just future proofing. This means we're getting, you know what this means? You know what this means, Wookiee Trooper. This means we're getting Republic Wookiees. This means we're getting Republic Wookiees. Right. It's there for future proof. So this way we can get Republic Wookiees and they can be like command cards, any number of Wookiee Troopers gains aim tokens or things like that. We're getting something that's going to buff Wookiee Troopers. That's awesome. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. It doesn't even mean anything. It's just there. All right. So I know Field Commander is in here. So let's go ahead and try Field Commander. Okay. Field Commander. Yeah, Field Commander. Field Commander. All right, here we go. This is the big part. In addition, motion detected at your front door. All right. Hey, can you guys go help Mommy bring stuff in? Thank you. All right. In addition to the Field Commander keyword's normal effects while building an army, I love this. If you include a unit that has Field Commander keyword, you may ignore the minimum number of commander unit requirements. If you do, when you deploy a unit with Field Commander, mark that unit with the commander token. That unit keeps its current rank. However, as per the rules of Field Commander, that unit may be nominated as the commander when a neutral command card is played. In addition, while the unit has a commander token, friendly units at range 1 to 3 may treat their courage value as 2. Oh, 2! So it's a hard number. Okay, that's nice. I had heard, I read this briefly, but I didn't see the 2. So if the unit with Field Commander and the commander token is defeated, a new commander must be nominated as normal. So yeah, you can have a tank as a commander. You can run double tanks, and it might not be. Now you know what this means too. We really need Field Commanders for the rebels. Like I don't know. I don't know exactly how you're gonna do it. Well, you know what you can do. You can put Han Solo on a Tauntaun. Make him a support because he's a Tauntaun, right? But make him Field Commander and give him command cards, right? You can do stuff like that. You can put mounted Chewbacca in a commandeered ATST, right? Like that would be so easy to do, right? Have Chewbacca be a pilot card. He can only go in an ATST, and when he goes in it, he allows it to be used by the rebels, and he's Field Commander. Boom. Done, right? Like there's so many ways you can do that. I'm going to have a ball talking about Field Commander. Vice should have gotten Field Commander. Yeah, that would make him better. Vice is garbage. I heard he went down in points a bunch, didn't he? All right, I'm gonna scroll down. I may have missed some things. There's links. There's links in the Discord. Hold on. Did they change transport open to where you can put an eWeb on there? Somebody was talking about an eWebs on here, and I don't think you can do that. But I'm gonna have to read some more. Vice went down to 1 point. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, we've got. Wait, I gotta go up. I went down too far. Went down too far. I'm looking at. All right, look at all these points. All right. Oh, this is gonna be hard to know with everything that's right in front of me. Phase ones. Let me pull up. I don't know if I've got a list of all the old points in front of me right now. I wish they would mark them in colors like X-Wing does, so you know how much down, higher or lower they went. Chewie's 90. Fleet Troopers are 40. Han Solo's 100. He went down. Jin went down. Luke. Did Luke go down? I don't know. Yeah. Pathfinders. Oh, man. 58. Wow. R2 went up quite a bit to 45. Rebel Commandos. Rebel Strike Team. Oh, that went up a little bit. Not too much. Rebel Officer. T-47, 130. Oh, all right. Tauntaun Riders, 95. Wookiees, 69. They went down a little bit. Oh, man. I'm going to have so much fun with the Wookiees now. Droidekas went down 20 points. X-34 Landspeeder down to 60. Granted, that's before you put all your other stuff on there. Man, that's going to be... That's incredible. That's 60 points for a Landspeeder. Like, seriously, think about running a Landspeeder with nothing else in it just so it runs around, messing people up for 60 points. That's super cheap. Anybody can fit 60 points into a list somewhere, right? Their config, I thought the Pathfinder's config was already 0. Or did that one? Yeah. Combat Shield, that's an old errata. That's why it's on there. It means Shield went down. The Darksaber went down. That's nice. The Gunners, I don't know if I think he probably went down a little bit. The ATRT laser cannon actually went down to 10. Because I think these were all 20. So that laser cannon is actually really cheap now. Wow. It was just Operative Luke that got the change. Yeah, Commander Luke is unchanged. Okay. Yeah. Look at the Airspeeder's errata. We talked about the Airspeeder at the beginning. It's insane right now. Wedge is 1. Yep. They didn't want it to be an auto include, so they made it 1 point. Yeah, that kind of makes it an auto include. Extra Fleet Troopers are cheaper. Okay. Or is it the whole unit of Fleet Troopers? That's 7. No, this is upgrades. 7 points for Fleet Troopers. I'm running 7 Fleet Troopers. Or 6 Fleet Troopers, rather. Bowcaster Wookiee, 31. Did that go up or down? I thought they were 25 before. Maybe 33. I think that's a slight reduction. I asked Logan to feed Hera. I don't know if he did, but double check with him. All right. Dooku is 200. Droidekas are down to 80. And that's nice. Grievous, 170. B2. So, you know what? 7 sabers, man. The named unit leaders all went to 2 HP. So who wasn't at 2 HP before? I got to go find the hold on. All right, Wedge, T7. This should be 1 to 3. The Ranger, it was always 1 to 3, wasn't it? Ion? I thought it was. Yeah, Pow got 2 hit points. Oh man, this is bad for me. I have to play against Pathfinders a lot, and they're already hard enough to kill. So I have to adjust my tactics. Jedi Mind Trick. Choose a non-commander, non-enemy. Oh, so you can put suppression. Wait. Choose a non-commander, non-operative enemy trooper. I thought that's already what it was. Oh, this is an old errata because this was done before you had operatives. All right, that's nothing new. CM93 is 1 to 4. Oh, the Rebel veterans have range 4 now. Oh my goodness, Sean's gonna flip. He's absolutely gonna flip out. All of his favorite units have all been buffed. Bistan's now health 2. CMO93 is 1 to 4. At least DT-F16 got a wound threshold increase. That's good. He was already great. Honestly, he was underrated. DT-F16 was underrated straight up. Mind Trick is only range 1 now. At range 1. Oh, that's a good. Thank you for that. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. So that's not changed. That's not aggressive tactics. During the command phase, if you were the nominated after issuing orders. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Wait, and I think it always said that, right? Or maybe it's just a slight change. 4 friendly units with face-up order tokens. Each gains a surge token. Okay. Chewbacca, walking carpet. Scale and expert climber. Yeah, scale, and it replaces expert climber and unhindered. Chewbacca's overpower weapon should instead be the overwhelm weapon, which has the lethal 1 keyword. Okay. Wookiee warriors, we talked about them already. So that's good. Oh yeah, the FD cannon is gonna go up to 6 on the health. Wait, I think that's not a new. That's not. It already has 6. What am I looking at? eWeb hasn't changed. These are old updates right there. The T-47, yeah, it gained that surge to crit. The Mark II is now going to have 4 instead of 3. So did the Imperial one also get it? The mortar doesn't? Oh, the mortar doesn't get it. Ouch. Okay. All right, let's see what else got changed. Sabotage Communications. Yeah, these are the new the generics. While an opponent is issuing orders using a command card, they can issue only 1 order with that card. Oh, okay, so that's a slight change. So if they played a 3-pip that was going to put out 3, or this is also really good if you stop Palpatine's like an entire legion or something like that. Yeah. Sabotage Communication. So it's still kind of like okay. Covert observation. This command card should read: while an opponent is issuing orders using a command card, each unit that is issued an order with that card gains a suppression token. Oh, yeah, because the other card wasn't very good, especially now with like the Lando like hidden card mechanic thing that they're teasing. This would have been even less useful. I need an errata pack. I really need an errata pack so I don't have to like constantly reference this and I don't want to print this out because it won't be the same as all my other cards, and if I just print this one out, it's going to look different. And now I have to sleeve all of my cards. I don't want to have to sleeve everything. All right. At least for casual games. I'd sleeve them for a tournament, but I don't want to have to sleeve them for casual games, because a lot of casual games, I'm just pulling out cards like right before we play and going. Yeah, nothing to mortar troopers. Son of Skywalker. This command card should read: after Luke Skywalker performs his first attack, he may perform a free attack action, even if he has already performed an attack action during this activation. I think this was like just a clarification based on just making it a little bit more obvious on how it's supposed to work. I don't really think there's a major change here. Print it and sleeve it in front of the original. Yeah, I can do that. I don't like having to sleeve my stuff because I change builds like all the time. Like I never run the same build twice. So it's just more pushing in cards, pulling out cards, and things that I don't like to have to do, but I'm probably just going to have to suck it up and do it. All right, so I think that's all of the errata. All the new points are in here. They're probably going to be reflected in the builders. So I'm going to talk about these more. Cannot chuck grenades at speeders now. Wait, I don't think that's really the case. I think you can still. I think clones can still throw a grenade at a speeder. Immune blast, melee, and range 1 weapons. I don't think that's a change. The only change that it got recently, the immune to melee, to those weapons was an older thing. But if you run take that clankers, you change the range requirement on the grenades temporarily to range 1 to 2. Thus, they are no longer just a range 1 weapon. Thus, if you use take that clankers and your unit has an aim target, would be the only opportunity you have to actually have a super strong arm, and the clones are able to chuck a grenade up to hit a speeder. That is the one case. Granted, it's going to be rare for you to actually do that. But if you did, that would be super cool. I actually love using take that clankers with grenades and making them range 2. Let's see. 6 command cards to resleeve. No, 6 command cards to resleeve. Yeah, but every game I use run different command cards, so I'd be constantly resleeving them, like every time I play the game. That's the thing I was kind of hoping not to have to do, So You know, so then it becomes like a tell to whoever I'm playing. If I'm using sleeved cards, that means I must have one of these new 1-pips in there. And if I'm not using sleeved cards, they know I'm not, you know, so I feel like it's, you know, that's what it kind of does. It's annoying to me. It's just this is a minor gripe. It's a first world problem, 100%. I would just rather have reprinted stuff. Okay. You don't sleeve your command cards anyway? No. Absolutely not. Let them get a little bit of rub on them. I mean, I'm going to play the game for a long time. Cards are going to last. It's not like I'm shuffling them and scraping them against stuff. I just hold them in my hand and lay it down. What's going to happen? Is it going to get some dust on it or a fingerprint? God forbid it gets a fingerprint. I'm not that worried about it, you know? Yeah. Oh, a lot of people like to sleeve stuff. It's just, you got to think how many games I play and then cover and play like regularly. Well, before this year, I was playing a lot of games a lot more regularly. And like sleeving everything just became exhausting to me. So you know, yeah, I'll pay a lot for reprinted cards, man. I just so that they're all, you know. Well, look, Armada's coming out with a card pack, and I hope they do another one. I mean, they've done card packs for Legion before, so you know. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap things up here. You know, I think the big takeaways was we got Contingencies X, which looks like that's going to be in the Lando and Callus expansions, where you can have a little sidebar of cards, which is pretty fun. Bolster and Direct seem like those are going to apply to the new commanders, the new generic commanders. We learned about observation tokens. They're pretty self-explanatory. They're going to be awesome. They go away at the end of turn. The big things here is Open Transport, also the Wookiee Warriors, Field Commander, Agile X, and then the Clone Troopers losing Standby. I still think clones are great. I still will probably run clones the same way I have run them in the past, which is to mostly run Jedi and have the clones just be some cool backup for the Jedi. You know, I don't really rely on the clone ball. I really want to run lightsabers more so than guns, and that's what I'd like to continue to do. The Field Commander update is exciting, though, because when I don't run lightsabers, I'll want to run double tanks, and I bought 2 of the each of the new tanks. And those each have Field Commander, so I can more realistically do that now, which is super cool. Especially for the droids, because I can run 2 tanks and Darth Maul if I want. I mean, oh man. Ooh, that's going to be super cool. That's going to be super cool. Now, granted, if you do that, you have to run generic cards. Well, I mean, you can do it with an operative, but you're going to need all 6 of the generic cards to actually run like double tanks or something like that without a commander or operative. So, you know, you gotta figure out some cool stuff. The beam cannon got reworded. It might have. We can look at it some more, and there'll be more videos on all of this stuff. So, all right. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching the stream. I would have normally liked to have done more of an exhaustive video or a more produced video, but I just figured this had just dropped, and I wanted to just bring it to you guys because with the caveat that hey, I have videos coming out this weekend that I've already recorded that were made before this came out. You know, those what to buy firsts. So hopefully, you know, I don't think that changes my particular recommendations too much. So that's a good thing. You know. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. I want to thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.